Hi, everybody. So, we are reviewing...
Fighting with My Family.
Fighting with My Family. It's a WWE production, apparently.
Wait, is it really?
Apparently they helped fund it and kind of made it happen with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson being like an executive producer and all that stuff. Because he's like, I can do whatever I want now because I'm The Rock. It's not a good Rock impression. I need to work on that. But it's about the wrestler Paige, who at a very young age kind of rose to fame and joined the WWE. And
I mean, I feel like you're glossing a lot of over details here. Like, this is about her origin story of her and her supportive family and what it took for her to get to this decision and all the emotional turmoil that she went through. But a lot of things that I love about this movie is that it actually tackles some of the tropes that people like to use. Like, there are some very attractive women. This group of people who are trying to become professional wrestlers, and they don't actually use this device of putting women against each other. There's a misunderstanding, but it's never just like, oh, the other girl is always better than another woman, specifically just because of how they look. And I actually like how they actually addressed that.
it's true. This film is pretty smart about avoiding cliches and stuff like that. We're kind of playing within kind of a familiar formula of like rising to the challenge and rising to fame kind of movies. It kind of takes a smarter route about it rather than falling back on really safe stuff. And you know, it does kind of say some really cool things, you know, without getting too much into it because I don't want to spoil anything, but just like that sometimes you can't achieve your dreams, but you can be successful in different ways. And I think it's kind of an important lesson to take away from it.
And just like how her family isn't necessarily better than anyone else, but it's not like anyone was better than the other because there's someone's significant other and their family meet. It's like, obviously there's a difference here. They have that juxtaposition, but they're not better than or less than anyone else. They're just a family, and I love that so much. Also, it is the casting for Nick Frost and Lena Headey. I love you.
Yeah, this is written and directed by Stephen Merchant, who, where did you see him in? You looked it up and then...
Modern Family. He played a butler named Higgins.
Okay. And I know him because he was in, the early Ricky Gervais stuff, The Office and Extras. Yeah, it kind of makes me want to see more stuff by him because I like the stuff I've seen him in. I really like him. Like most good sports movies, this film, you don't need to know or even like wrestling to like it because, full transparency here, I don't like wrestling. The whole WWE thing has never appealed to me. But, like watching this film, I think that... like, it works entirely, and I still connected with the material, and I still connected with her goals and her dreams. I was never turned off by the wrestling aspect of it. In fact, it's actually a great template, because wrestling is very theatrical and very, it is quite a spectacle, so it actually lends itself to movies really well. The fact that wrestling hasn't really been used as a backdrop for movies too much before is kind of surprising. So it's...
What was the one with Mickey Rourke? Rourke?
Mickey Rourke?
Yeah.
The Wrestler. That would be an exception, I'd say, but a very different kind of movie than this one.
Yes, very dramatic. Based off a true story, but yes, very different.
And it even made me, this is quite an accomplishment for any movie, it even kind of made me a little more interested in wrestling. That feeling's passed. But at the time I was like, maybe I get it. Maybe I kind of see what it's all about.
I loved just the general message of how even if you don't achieve your dream, it's not over for you. You still have a whole life where you can explore who you are. Like your dream and your accomplishments don't define you, and I loved that so much. You have there's this unfortunate thing in a lot of films where someone feels like they have to change themselves in order to get what they want. And you actually see this route being taken, but seeing no, that's not necessarily true, and being who you are in your heart and being okay with your insecurities. Oh, I got misty-eyed in the end of that film. So wonderful.
And it's also worth mentioning that it's actually really funny.
Yes.
It's funny in that perfect spot of funny, because it doesn't
it doesn't overdo
it. Doesn't try hard to be funny. It just lets itself be funny. Just do the natural comedic situations and characters being really true and genuine to themselves. That's kind of where the comedy comes from, and how this really offbeat family, how they interact with other families, Also, there's a real heart to it.
Yes.
Just like the little moments of the blind kid, him just waiting, and like little moments of that stuff. Like just it didn't seem forced. It seemed real. It seemed like there were a lot of details and a very richness to the universe. I don't know how much of it is based on reality, but it all felt real, and that's the important thing. You don't have to be 100% true. Just be true to the heart, I think, of the story.
This is one of the few films I've ever seen where they successfully portray what happens when you don't get what you want. So there's like this whole like first is this whole like, okay, I didn't get it, now you need to chase after this, and then the depression that comes on, and then the anger. You don't really see that a lot, I think. I don't know, I don't watch a lot of sport related movies.
I haven't seen many that kind of go through these beats personally, but yeah, it did seem kind of real. Like, yeah, there's the brothers, his two desires kind of in conflict with each other. Like, he's like, I want to succeed, but I also want her to succeed. And then when those two things don't match up, he's trying.
And I love that.
You can see he's putting in an effort to not let it get to him, but he can't help it.
It also goes to show that like people who go through these phases of grief, it doesn't mean that this failure defines you. I
guess the only other thing I need to say is, I know The Rock is on the poster.
He's in there for like 2 scenes.
He's there the exact right amount. This isn't a movie about The Rock. But yeah, they definitely played him up in the...
The poster is definitely misleading.
Yeah, you could tell he's there for the marketing team to try and market the film. So,
and you know what? It's all right. It's fine.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Everyone else on the poster is a little more crucial to the story.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add?
I really recommend that you watch this movie. It is funny, it's emotional, it's honest, and you don't have to like wrestling in order to see this. It's purely about her and her family. Though
I suspect there's a lot of winks and nudges for the people who do like wrestling, that like things that I didn't get that other people will get.
So out of 5, what do you rank?
I'm gonna give it a 4.
4.5 from me. I would go out and see this movie again.
There we go. Cool. Fighting with my family. Check it out. Bye.